Hello, friends. We're back again. It's Joel Pearl of Fightful.com, and this is Effy.
Oh, hello, Joel.
It's good to see you again.
It's great to see you, too. I'm glad we got to link up here before the show.
Yeah.
Here in Toronto.
We're in Toronto.
Toronto. I said that and they made fun of me.
Well, I mean, I grew up in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada.
All right.
But I've been here for about 18 years. So I guess I call it Toronto because I just like to pronounce the letters in the word. And that's okay.
I'm trying to blend in here, and I went into one restaurant, and they go, "You're American?" And I was like, "How'd you know?" Huh? Howdy.
So you've been spending a lot of time on the road recently. You and I were talking about a little bit of traveling you just did to Australia.
Yes.
And you just got back, and then you were in New York at the ballroom.
I got back Tuesday at midnight. I was home for a day and a half, and then I went to New York. And then last night I went to Minneapolis, unannounced. And tonight we're in Toronto. And then I've got one more show after this before GCW hits Los Angeles for the Collective and the rest of the WrestleMania events. I'm going to take a little time this week to lay on the floor.
So actually, that's probably going to bring me to my first question is, how do you handle a crazy schedule in the mental health world? Like, how do you handle being on the road, and what kind of keeps you grounded, or at least keeps you going and keeps you sane?
I've noticed that, my father was a workaholic, and he kind of still is. And it's very easy in the world of wrestling, once you kind of are over a little bit, to just keep accepting bookings and doing things. At the middle of January to the middle of February, I took a whole month off. Nobody noticed because I work enough anyway and nobody could see it. I went home, I sort of got myself in order. I passed out for a long time. I slept a lot. And then the first match I had back on the road was Jimmy Lloyd's birthday. And I re-entered after a month into a no-rope barbed wire match. There's this idea that Effy sort of is a soft worker or a funny guy or a comedy worker, but I need people to know I will literally do anything. And that includes crazy no-rope barbed wires. When I was in Australia, I did a tag match, a triple threat, a scramble match, and a singles intergender contest. It's not easy to keep the balance on the road, but I think it's also keeping in perspective sort of the privileges that we're afforded, the things we're getting to see, the stuff we're getting to do, and then knowing when I get home, I need to also be proper about my house and keep care of my dogs and do dishes and do laundry, and sort of going when I have the time to rest, I will rest. But at this point, I'm putting the work in on both sides to make sure I'm keeping a little bit of a balance, you know?
Absolutely. When last time we saw each other, it was 2019. It was January. The Royal Rumble was in Phoenix.
Oh, my God.
I saw you at Party Hard Wrestling, which has a soft spot in my heart.
Yes.
And then the next night, we ran into each other in the back alley of a
Mexican restaurant
It
in the
was
parking
a sports
lot.
bar in the parking lot.
Yes.
Where you were wrestling on the show, which leads me to ask, where's the weirdest place you've ever wrestled a match?
Okay, so first I have to say, someone joked to me the other day and said, whether it's a big GCW show or someone that just uses paint to make their posters, Effy will be on that poster. I think, you look at Party Hard and you look at a lot of promotions that sort of, they follow in that same footstep of the party energy of this. But then doing those parking lot shows, it's even weirder. The weirdest place, though, I wrestled a show in a buffet restaurant in Georgia. Half of the ceiling was only 6 feet above the ring, so you couldn't work that half of the ring. And the other half was a little higher with a chandelier, so you couldn't get on the top ropes. And I said to the promoter, "What are we supposed to do?" And he goes, "Well, y'all are professional wrestlers. I'm sure you'll figure it out." And by the time I got in the ring, I was so mad that this woman called me a homophobic slur. And instead of doing something catty or witty, I just spit on her as she ate at the buffet restaurant. And I never went back to that promotion.
Needless to say, buffets maybe aren't your favorite type of foods to eat on the road.
No, and the guy said, "Well, I'm already giving y'all food here. How much do you really need to make, you know? You got access to the buffet. They're not going to stop you."
All right, so let's say you're actually getting paid for the work you do, which I hope, thank God, you do.
Yeah, we make sure of that now.
Where do you normally like to eat, or what's a must-have when you're on the road food-wise?
Well, especially traveling as much as I do with Alley Catch and traveling as Bussy, we are big proponents of coffee and a carb, and I really eat one big meal a day on show days, and then I'll eat after if we end up somewhere. But I have to have that 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. massive brunch meal. Here, I had a breakfast poutine with 3 meats, poached eggs, and hollandaise, and a blueberry pancake with some fresh maple. That's the big meal of the day, and I'm not going to have to worry about, needing to eat before my match. I'm a brunch guy, obviously.
I can
and
tell.
I seek it out wherever we go. We have a pretty good nose for brunch restaurants everywhere in the world.
Where did you end up today then, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, this place Hermes right over here.
that's
Who
right.
they are like I think it's I don't want to say like Tagalog, but it's like Indonesian food.
Yeah.
Indonesian, but also Canadian favorites.
Gotcha.
And the guy who took our order, his wife is the chef. And we said, "Can we kiss her?" And he said, "That's my wife." And we said, "Can we kiss her?" He said, "No."
So we've seen many different variants of Effy over the years. You've had different mustaches, beards, hair colors, hairstyles. What was the most difficult Effy variant to upkeep?
I'm sick I got as over as I did being blonde because it's actually really expensive to stay blonde. And if you pay attention, the night before I had the Jeff Jarrett match, I fought Sonny Kiss at Enjoy Wrestling. And I looked around the ring at the end and they have a black canvas. And I said, most of my hair is in this ring. It had just been so burnt and so thinned out by the bleach that I was like, this isn't lasting much longer. I kept it for a while. I had a little Jedi Padawan braid, which I've wanted since I saw Star Wars Episode 1. But after that, I was like, we have to return to brunette or all my hair is never going to grow back even a little bit.
That's fair.
Yeah.
My last question to you before we get out to GCW show here in Toronto. It's a good one. You've got the collective coming up.
Yes.
You've got Effy's Big Gay Brunch coming up.
Yes.
You have had a bit of an impact in the wrestling world in terms of expressing the art of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
When Effy hangs up the boots, what do you, not just Effy the person, Effy the character, what do
Yeah.
you want the lasting impression to be on your career?
Well, okay, so the problem right now is I looked up some people's matches the other day, and since 2017, one of the friends I came up with, he's had 62 matches, and that's how many matches I had from July to December last year. And so I think really what I've said before is I'm dangerous now, and there are a lot of people who are like worried I'm going to get into people's minds and make them think like me. And I get why that's dangerous because it's borderline unionization once they've talked to me for 10 minutes. When I hang up the boots and I have spare time, anybody running too much carny shit or trying to pull schemes on people, they're extra screwed. I won't say fucked. I will say fucked. They are fucked because when I'm not as beat up and I'm constantly not having to call the matches and do them, I'll find a way to come out here and just make sure people are behaving. So really, the retirement is when I become the most dangerous. But I'm looking at Honky Tonk Man right now and I'm going, listen, if he can tell the kids to shake, rattle, and roll and he doesn't even have to bum, I think I could Effy until I'm 70.
Why
We're
not?
trying to make it concrete so that like we can start working towards the Hogan phase where all I do is pose and I don't even have to hit the ropes anymore. But I think we're still a long ways out from that.
But even so, you can just show up with the jacket and with
Yeah.
with Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, and people will sing along, and we'll be at the
Listen, I'll be
masses.
bald with a big white beard and my gut hanging out and I'll go, don't y'all remember when I was sexy? It'll be hot. It'll be beautiful.
It's perfect. Effy, plug away, please, especially with Big Gay Brunch coming up.
Yes, GCW presents Effy's Big Gay Brunch 6 in Los Angeles. Coming up for the collective. We will also be at a few other shows, DDT versus Pheromones, and a couple other unannounced surprises. And then Big Gay Brunch 7 is happening in Liverpool, UK in May. If you want to find me, Effy Lives on everything from Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and also wrestlingisgay, where you can find all the fun Wrestling is Gay merchandise that I have up for sale.
There you go. I am at Joel Pearl. This is Effy. Ladies, gentlemen, friends beyond the binary. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
NordVPN.com/Fightful. How about this? 30-day money-back guarantee. 4 months free. Watch your favorite shows abroad, whether you're traveling or you're at home and you want to watch something from overseas. Access this on all of your devices, phone, laptop, desktop, PC, tablet, doesn't matter. 3 great tiers: a pass, a locker, a VPN, or all 3. Block annoying pop-up ads, block malware, block online trackers. Keep your data safe, browse anonymously, browse securely with NordVPN.com/Fightful. Shield your data from snoops and criminals. You know I'm a snoop. I'm not a criminal, but I am a snoop. So unless you want me getting your scoops, get NordVPN.com/Fightful. Secure all of your devices. Check it out. It's a great deal. How can you afford to miss this? You're going to end up saving money with NordVPN.com/Fightful and having a better browsing experience.